predecessor. Amazing grace from my mother sheltered the kid from getting rained by the Smith & Wessons. The streets cold, but the world zero. Sub-temperatures, my perspective, thin line between villains and heroes. Brick and mortar, what's really important? Villages raise the youngest, foundation brittle, beloved.
Yo, what it do, what it is. This your boy Sir Dolo, Don Dolo, Dolo to Don. And I welcome you to the very first episode of Comfy at the Crib. Now, here, this is my spot, as y'all can see, you know what I'm saying? Got a little bit of feng shui, you know what I'm saying? Got my color scheme, got a little bit of anime in the background, got some paintings from some friends of mine and things like that. This is truly my humble abode, my front room where I do most of my creative endeavors, record music here at the house, content and things like that. So this is, you know, my creative space. So this is the very first episode of a safe space. It's the very first episode of a safe space. It's not a podcast. I'll call it a safe space. Comfy at the Crib. We are literally at my house, at my crib. The theme here, or at least the purpose, what I like to think of is when it comes to life, pain is inevitable and growth is a choice. So, you know, I know some people may think, why would you kind of put those things together? Like, we trying to be comfy at the crib. Like, I'm trying to sit back and relax. I'm trying to kick my feet up, you know, have a glass of wine or whatever the case may be. I'm trying to wind down. The last thing I want to hear or worry about or be feeling is pain and stress and things like that. And you make a valid point. So as I apply it to life, I think about it. What is the home? Like, what is the crib? You know, now this here beautiful melanated skin, you know what I'm saying? We refer to our home as the crib. Now, of course, most of culture would refer to the crib as a place where babies to lay, you know, got the four walls up to keep them safe and things like that. You know, their bed, for more or less better terms. In our culture, in African-American culture and things like that, we throw around the term crib in a sense of a place where you feel like you can be yourself, where, you know, you may have family, friends, loved ones there, someplace that you can really take off the mask and take off the weight from the world, and you can truly just be. Right now, some people may think that the crib is just, you know, your home that you actually maybe grew up in or something like that. Some people refer to, oh, yeah, back at home at the crib in the 804 and the 757, the 305, 619, wherever it is that you're from. Oh, that's the crib, right? That house. Some people may refer to just the city itself, like, oh, that's the crib, or the East Coast, the West Coast, the crib. Sometimes the crib isn't actually a brick and mortar at all. It could be a safe space, a friend, a loved one, or a relationship that you were in where you felt like you could truly be you, truly be who you are, let down your guard, let down your insecurities, and truly be vulnerable in a transparent space. So like we say, a loved one in a relationship, they could literally have a feeling of home, right? So with those things, that's kind of where the crib, that's where that term, for me, that's where that term is kind of encapsulated. You know, comfy, like we say, somewhere you can kick your feet back, you can truly be yourself. You don't have to worry about all the pressures of the world. You don't have to conform. You don't have to wear a uniform. You can have on your slides, your hoodie with the robe. You ain't even brush your teeth this morning, whatever that may be for you. You at the crib, that's your safe space to truly be naked, truly be vulnerable, and just be and exist, right? So comfy at the crib, that's how I came up with that. Now, as for the polarity of the concept that pain is inevitable and growth is a choice, I'm pretty sure you can think back to, you know, either growing up as a child in your adolescence or just in your younger days of life, or maybe right now, right? Your crib, your home, that safe haven, that space that you have, I'm pretty sure there were probably some great times of elation and, you know, happy moments and joy and all the things like that, right? I can bet you that there also were some times of strife, stress, you know, worry, doubts, pain, misfortune, disappointment, right? And like we say, this can apply to a brick and mortar home, apartment, whatever the case may be. It can also be the city that you came up in. Maybe there was some traumatic experiences or, you know, some disappointing times in that city that you experience, you know, by yourself or with friends or in sports or something like that, right? It can also be in a relationship. You can be a frolicking, joyous, you can be in a frolicking and joyous relationship with your partner, kisses and cuddles and all of the things like that, going home, coming together, having children together, even being married and the joyous covenant that is marriage. You can also be in that too. And still, not but, yes, and still, you probably have gone through some disagreements. There may have been some heartbreak. There may have been, some times where they disappointed you, or, you were looking for a certain outcome and it didn't quite happen. And you just like, oh man, I didn't know that this would feel this way. Oftentimes in life, some of our most elevated, some of our most transitioning celebrations and congratulations and promotions to the next level in life, whatever that is, oftentimes is interwoven and intertwined with some sort of challenge, some sort of tension, right? Some sort of struggle and disappointment along the way. Shout out to TD Jakes. So that's where I kind of get into the polarity of we can be comfy here at the crib, and also pain is inevitable and growth is a choice. So that is the explanation that kind of encapsulates what this safe space is about. Like I say, I am not calling this a podcast. I am not limiting myself. This is literally a safe space. This is my home, and you are going to get a very raw and unfiltered me. I'm going to allow the Lord to lead me in this, because the only reason that I am here today is because of my Lord and Savior. That's the only reason that any of us are here today. And I can guarantee that he brought me to this couch to do exactly what it is that I'm doing right here. It's him who brought me here. And we're going to have an episode where I'm going to get more into kind of the backstory of my original idea for doing something like this, and how God completely just scrapped that whole thing and allowed life to play out. So by the time that I got here to sit on this couch in front of these cameras with this microphone to do this, the whole purpose, the whole MO, the whole script changed. That's the power of God. So, hey, man, this is my first time doing something like this. I got some notes on the side that I'm just going to read off of just to make sure I'm kind of getting everything out there, just to make sure we're all, in the same place. Like we said, we want to be comfy at the crib. I want to make sure that we are all together and we are all on the same page here. OK, so this is a safe space where we sit comfortably as we can with the duality of life. Pain is going to come whether you like it or not. No true growth or success in any area of life is without some form of challenge, struggle, tension, disappointment, grit, etc. We oftentimes like to remember the ups of life and the good times, right? Social media facades a highlight reel of everyone's supposed wins, right, in life, whilst behind captions and filters are unrevealed truths and stories about the rugged journey that took place, or worse, they simply capping for the gram and avoiding it altogether with themselves. TikTok is also pretty much taking over that too. You know what I'm saying? So if you like to accept my invitation to come through, kick off your shoes before you step in here. Most certainly don't be tracking no mud in here. Let's act like your mama or your daddy, your grandparents raised you with some common sense. Kick off your shoes before you come in here. You know what I'm saying? Kick off them shoes, and I promise this is a safe space for you to be exactly who you are in this moment, while you forgive, embrace, and learn from the versions of you that you've been in the past, as we build the foundation and building blocks into who it is that you desire to be in your future, for yourself, for your family, and for your loved ones. That's what it's all about. And oh yeah, I got food to eat. I got snacks. Hey, you already know how we get down, especially at the age that we at. Is, hey, who all gonna be there? Is there gonna be food? I got snacks. Who all gonna be here? It's gonna be me, and it's gonna be you and whoever else that you invite to this space. And most importantly, God is gonna be here, because he orchestrated all of this. And that's the most important part of everything. If you don't get nothing from this, God is here, and he's working on behalf of you, on behalf of me, for our greater good and his glory. I guarantee it. All right? That's a bet. All right, I hope we grew together today, learned a little something new, refresh your mind a little bit. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next episode of Comfy at the Crib. This is your host, Sir Dolo. Yeah.
Modesty taken for weakness. Benevolence got me leaking, sinking in chaos. My artistry breathes with ease. Like a roller coaster.